Yeah, speaking specifically into games and multi-code games and multi-country games, the risk in that space is significantly greater than when we look at the risk in a organizational environment. And the risk, the increased risk changes right from when we look at what happens at an organization level, like at a club level, and then when those club teams go on tour just to another club, the risk changes, the risk profile grows. And then when we look at traveling to a tournament where we're looking at one single sport, but many countries representing in that space, the risk gets greater. So when we look at it from a games perspective, when we look at a perspective where we have got multi-countries and we have got multi-codes competing, the risk factor is significant. And so I absolutely advocate for the fact that once the games or are decided, once the date for those games is defined, it is vitally important for us to start at that point planning the safeguarding for those games that's going to happen, because it isn't something that we can do with a short amounts of time, because the amount of administration and the amount of proactive structures that need to be put in place. And as all the speakers have said up to this point, and you know, the speakers before the panelists were talking, it's important that we understand that safeguarding, firstly, is not the same as just the protection of children. At the end of the day, safeguarding is the protection of everybody. We learn through safeguarding and we learn through statistics that certain demographics are at greater risk. But safeguarding isn't there to protect the demographics who've been identified at greater risk. Safeguarding is there to protect everybody. And so it's important that we consider that, right? It's important that we realize where this is coming from. The other thing that we've mentioned a few times is we've spoken about safeguarding violations and how those safeguarding violations are addressed, or how those safeguarding violations are handled. And I absolutely subscribe to the fact that we need to have strong reporting structures and we need to have strong judicial practices that play out post that report. But I think it's important to also bear in mind that when we look at safeguarding, in as much as we by default go safeguarding is the protection of a person from a person, the reality is that safeguarding is also about protection of people from structures, because there are times where structural safeguarding creates the safeguarding risk. And so to make that point as an example, if we say, for example, within our policy that we can't have an adult in a change room environment where there are vulnerable athletes, that adult can't be alone, whether it be a coach, whoever it is. We have to have a second person. We refer to that as the rule of two, which I'm not going to get into. But what I am going to say, though, is if that happens, that coach ends up in that change room. Well, at that point, we're going to go, well, it's a policy violation, but is it a safeguarding risk because the coach didn't do anything inappropriate? And the answer is yes. It is a safeguarding violation. It is a safeguarding risk. It needs to be reported, and the person to whom it's reported needs to address it. We need to understand that if we have policy that says everybody must be vetted, well, failing to vet is right out the starting gate a safeguarding violation. Yes, establishing that someone has a previous record is going to create a greater risk. And so, yes, we want to find those people. But we need to understand that if you have a responsibility within the safeguarding environment, you need to take responsibility for addressing that. And that means calling people out for not adhering to policy, even if when they don't adhere to policy, they don't create risk, because ultimately that creates the culture in the organization. And so that then kind of leans into kind of the next point where we start going, safeguarding is not an action. It's not something that we can put in place and it is now in place.